welcome back for one more episode of Quarantine Comedy. I don't know if any of you know, but I went vegan quite some years ago. And the thing is, when you go vegan, it's a bit like kosher laws. Some of the rules don't really make a whole lot of sense. Like, one of the obvious ones is jelly candies. I mean, we all know where gelatin comes from. But a new one to me was honey. Vegans can't eat honey. I don't want to eat bees. I want to eat their food for their kids. Now another one is vanilla flavoring. Fake vanilla is not vegan. And why is that? Because fake vanilla comes from the beaver's anus gland. Now how they discovered that, I have my own theory. And probably there was some CEO of a vanilla company, and as CEOs generally do, they want to make more money than they're earning. Now vanilla is a pretty expensive food item per weight, but the CEO wanted a bit more money, so he got his team together and explained he wants a cheap alternative. One of his employees said, "Sir, we can do it, but if we make vanilla cheaper, that means cakes and candies and desserts are going to be much more affordable. Maybe people are eating more desserts." I don't know if that's really something we want the public doing. No, we want it. We want it affordable. We want people eating it. We want people eating a lot of it. That's what we're doing. Now get out there and find me an alternative. So after a year traveling the globe, swamps, jungles, deserts, rainforests, they finally found it. They came back to report their findings. Said, "Sir, we've been everywhere. I've tasted everything. Camel snot, monkey piss," which by the way tastes like bananas, and then we found it. The beaver's anus tastes just like vanilla. CEO was a little disgusted, but he said, "Great, get out there, get a team together, collect some beaver anuses. Better yet, get some of those stem cell guys in there, we're going to grow the anuses ourselves. And you get a team together, we're going to get some monkey piss, we're going to make some banana candy." Another thing which is not vegan, which I just found out about, is white sugar. Why is white sugar not vegan? Well, to make white sugar in all its pure white glory, you need to filter out the impurities, as they call them in the industry. And how do you do that? With bone char. And what is bone char? It's burnt cow bones. They use burnt cow bones to filter the sugar, and out of it comes white. Are we such a white-obsessed culture? I mean, what happened? Some slave plantation owner must have been like, people are just really liking my sugar, but it looks more like the slaves that grow it. I want it to look like me. There's tons of white food that aren't really white. You got white flour, white rice, white sugar. Can you imagine being one of those slaves out in the field? The master comes out there, "All right, y'all are doing some good work, but this rice looks too much like you. I want it to look like me. You're gonna have to turn it white." It's like, God damn it, as if growing and harvesting this rice ain't hard enough. I gotta get the little skin off of every single grain. Now I'm thinking, this must be what happened to Michael Jackson. Probably he was suffering from some constipation, and his dietitian told him, "Mike, we're gonna have to switch you over to some brown rice. You need a bit more fiber in your diet." Brown rice? What's brown rice? Never heard of that. It's like, really what you want to be asking is, what's white rice? Because brown rice is the natural stuff. It has germ, bran, fiber. Fiber's what's going to get your intestines moving. Like, you mean to tell me brown rice became white rice? When I was a kid, I always wanted to become white. And Joe Jackson, he used to just beat me every time I'd bring it up. Say, "Mike, you can't be white. You're black. It's going to be difficult. That's how it's going to be." But this brown rice story is just giving me courage. If brown rice can become white, so can I. So can I. But Michael found out turning himself white is not as simple as brown rice. You can't just take a layer of skin off of himself. Then he found out about white sugar and bone char, and he was like, you know what? I got a couple of cows in my zoo out back. They're kind of boring to look at anyways. I'm gonna be white. Now, another thing is, it just makes me not trust white things anymore. I mean, white beans. Are they really white? Maybe they're not white. Maybe they're brown beans or black beans. And you know, Whitey's gonna be getting jealous. You mark my words. Any day now you're gonna be in a supermarket, you're gonna look up on the shelf, and there it's gonna be white lentils. Yeah, white boy's gonna be getting jealous because lentils got every color. You got black lentils, brown lentils, red lentils, yellow lentils, green lentils. Only thing missing is blue and white. And there ain't no blue people, are there? And on that package is gonna be a man, a white man, like this, with his fist in the air. And the name of that brand is gonna be White Flour. And after you buy all your white foods, how do you get it home? Well, I get mine home in reusable, conscious, cotton grocery bags. And sometimes people look at me with dirty looks as if I'm some kind of hippie freak. Well, maybe I am a hippie freak, but you leave my grocery bag out of it. One guy told me, what do you think you're gonna save the planet with your grocery bags? No, I'd rather be part of the problem than the solution like you. Now the funny thing is, the plastic grocery bag was invented to replace the paper grocery bag because paper was not very reusable and you had to cut down trees to make it. The inventor of the plastic bag actually carried with him, anytime he left his house, in his pocket, a plastic grocery bag. I don't know how, as a species, we overlooked the cotton thing. I mean, we had to invent paper, plastic. You're telling me no one before the paper plastic bag had the bright ideas like, oh, well, these clothes are quite nice. Why don't I make a bag out of them? I mean, they're basically a bag for our bodies. One lady told me, oh, reusable grocery bags are gross. Like, gross? So you're telling me your clothes are gross too? Or what, you wear one-time use plastic clothing every morning, you get up, rip it out of the package, put on your plastic clothes, throw them away at the end of the day? Yeah, this whole germ thing is getting out of hand. I mean, COVID has really made flying uncomfortable. I've had to fly during COVID, and the ticket purchasing thing is just a nightmare, you know? Sometimes the price of the ticket's cheap and the luggage is more expensive. Sometimes they tell you now with COVID, you can pay $50 to ensure if our company goes bankrupt, you get your money back. It's like, what are you asking me for? Go ask the government. They love handing out free money to big companies who didn't save. And there's times lately where I flew, and I'm someone who gets sick when flying. There's no barf bags anymore. I've literally had to ask the flight attendants to provide me with a barf bag. And once, they gave me a full-size garbage bag. I mean, how embarrassing is that? Yeah, you're gonna be purchasing your ticket. Would you like a barf bag? $20. Would you like the emergency landing fee? You know, in case we crash into a mountain, we guarantee to get you to the nearest hospital. You really don't want to be getting that ambulance bill from the middle of the Pacific Ocean, do you? You'll be in debt for years for that one. Yeah, and when I go to the airport to finally get there, I always just, I put my suitcase up on that scale, and I'm just waiting for the day they're gonna tell me to take the suitcase down. Okay, sir, now it's your turn. Would you please step up on the scale? I mean, I don't know what's harder for most of us, deciding what goes in our suitcase or what to put in our bodies. I mean, the rate we're gaining weight, it's only time before they start weighing us. And they have that little thing next to the ticket counter where you can put your bag in it to make sure it's the right size. Yeah, they're gonna weigh us, they're gonna check our size. Sir, Mr. Berkowitz, according to your age and height, gender, ethnicity, we see that you're about 20 pounds overweight. You've only purchased one ticket. We're going to require that you purchase a second ticket. You know the airline companies would love to do it, wouldn't they? But they just don't think they can get away with it. Discrimination. But those airplanes must have a weight limit, right? No, they're going to start dropping from the skies. And I'm going to be on one of those flights, and the flight attendant's going to get on. Would everybody who purchased the emergency landing fee, please come to the front of the plane so we can make sure to get you off the flight first. My girlfriend's going to look over at me. We should have purchased the emergency landing fee. We could only afford the barf bags. Now let me barf and die in dignity, damn it. How many of those barf bags did we order? We could only order one. I'll just barf on the rich. But I think being in an airline crash wouldn't be that bad as long as I have my beloved Facebook with me. I mean, just scrolling through Facebook makes me feel so much better. I mean, in the past when we watched TV, we didn't watch TV, did we? We just surfed the channels. Why watch one show when you can just watch 20, You just surf through them. Yeah, that's the new thing. You just scroll. Why read an article when you can just pass by the title of it? And I used to go camping in the beginning of the cell phone era, and I would swear my phone was in my pocket vibrating like I was getting a call. And I'd check, no service, no phone call. Now it's the same. I find myself away from my computer and I'm just scrolling, Sometimes after a long, stressful day, instead of repeating a mantra before going to sleep, I just do that motion, that scrolling motion. Over the years, I've removed a lot of my friends from my Facebook. And, Facebook's just spineless. So I don't have that much to read on there. I just would like Facebook one day to tell me, Ben Avi, you've read everything all your friends have written. Get off your butt, go outside. No, Facebook, they're not going to do that, aren't they? They just want to suck us in. So they just start posting all kinds of stuff. Lately, they like to tell me the birthdays of old classic rock stars. It's like Facebook should know. I haven't written happy birthday to a single person in years. I don't even know when it's my own birthday half the time until Facebook tells me. I don't care that it's Ringo Starr's birthday. Okay? John Lennon, maybe. Another thing Facebook tries to, they give me all kinds of articles. They try and seduce me into this thing called the Wim Hof method. Now, the Wim Hof method is a method named after a guy called Wim Hof. Now, what Wim Hof teaches people is he teaches them how to be okay in cold weather without winter clothing. Basically, it's the new thing of like the Indians who used to walk on the coals, It's mind over matter. I don't care about mind. I have matter. Go teach that to people who can't afford coats. Friends tell me, I just take an ice bath and it's so invigorating. It just puts me in the now. Right. Sometimes people get in car crashes and they start seeing the white light. But you don't see me turning that into a meditation technique, do you? And I looked into this Wim Hof guy. He's traumatized like most people. He had a family and a wife. He woke up one morning, his wife was gone. No email, no letter, no note. The guy was just devastated, as anybody would be. And one day, just walking home depressed, he left his coat at his office, and it was snowing, and he was just so sad. He collapsed, and he's sitting in the snow, and all of a sudden he realized he's not thinking about his wife anymore. He was free. Of course you're not thinking about your wife. You froze your brain, you dummy. There's a Native American tradition. I forget exactly which tribe it belongs to. It's called a wopila. Now, what a wopila is when anybody who has participated in the ceremony is finished being initiated, they give away all of their most precious belongings. Now, my proposal is this. If Wim Hof wants my respect, in his course, anytime anyone graduates, They need to go into impoverished neighborhoods and give away all of their winter clothing. Otherwise, it's bogus. You can always just put your coat back on. You know, if his breathing technique is worth anything, and they're going to be in those impoverished neighborhoods giving away their coats, people are going to be grateful. Sir, thank you. Thank you for the coats. It's so nice. Why are you doing that? Oh, well, we learned how to breathe, and we don't need the coats anymore. Well, I know how to breathe too, but thanks for the coat, man. Yeah, technology's getting out of control, isn't it? Now, anytime I drive anywhere, I just use Waze. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know if I'm going north, south, east. It just follow the little green arrow. The problem is Waze, it's just annoying, isn't it? You know, she just repeats herself. You know, in 300 meters, turn left. In 200 meters, turn left. In 100 meters, turn left. Okay, I got it already. But it doesn't feel so good getting mad at a computer, does it? So, you know, I think it's time Waze became AI and could talk back, you know? It's like, how stupid do you think I am? I understand. Turn left in 500 meters. Oh, okay. I won't repeat myself, but if you miss more than 2 turns, I'm shutting myself off, and you have to find your way to the destination the old-fashioned way, with a map. Oh, you don't have a map, do you? And sometimes I get in a fight with my girlfriend, and I just want to go for a drive and calm down. And Waze, she starts up with me. It's like, God damn it, I don't need a woman telling me how to drive my own car. Oh, well, I guess you don't need me telling you where the police are hiding out either, do you? Or where the red light cameras are either. Ah, to hell with you. I'm switching over to Google Maps. Google Maps? That's my sister. You think I'm mean? She'll drive you off a cliff. I'll do it myself.